Hello and welcome to the Weather Hazard Briefing for Southeast Idaho as presented by National Weather Service Pocatello here for Wednesday, April 20th. This is what you'll see in this presentation. We are looking for partly cloudy skies today for most people and warmer temperatures on Tuesday. And we will have some winds, breezy for most, and then in the upper Snake River Plain could actually reach windy, which would be 20 to 30 miles an hour with higher gusts. The next late winter storm arrives late tonight in the central Idaho mountains, and it will spread eastward during the day on Thursday. Ahead of this low, warm air is being pumped into eastern Idaho, and that means tomorrow we'll have the same temperatures in the upper 50s for the most part, despite all the cloudiness and rain we'll be getting. There will be snow at higher elevations, and right now the focus on Thursday appears to be the central Idaho mountains, where there is 1 to 6 inches expected, but it does start at fairly high elevations, as high as 6,500 feet. The cold side of the storm moves over during the evening and continues into Friday. The focus of the precipitation shifts from the central Idaho mountains over to the upper Snake Highlands, where we're expecting about 1 to 4 inches during the day on Friday. And lesser amounts, though, will continue over other mountains and highlands here in central and eastern Idaho. With all of this, there's rain for the lower elevations. It will be windy each afternoon, and there actually will be some thunderstorms, which we'll get into details. We go to the next slide after this one. Here you can see the satellite image. Here's our storm. That will be arriving late tonight. You can see it's just making itself felt on shore in western Oregon. It's still at sea for the most part, but in a little over 24 hours from when this presentation was made, it should start delivering precipitation to just the central Idaho mountains at this point. So here's the breakdown today. Windy in the Snake River Plain, especially the upper Snake River Plain. Elsewhere in the lower elevations, not much going on. There is a slight chance for some morning snow in the southeast and eastern highlands, and then for late night, a slight chance there, but it's not very high. Elsewhere, though, for the central Idaho mountains, you can see the chance of snow and the snow likely in the Sawtooth area. So that's the most likely place for it to start falling late tonight. Then for Thursday during the day, we're looking at least a chance of rain, a pretty solid chance. I would say it's in the 40 to 50% range that you'll receive some in the Snake Plain, in the Magic Valley. We're also expecting it to be windy there. Then you can see in the highlands, basically 6,000 to 7,000 feet is where the snow likely is going to be. Below that, it'll be all rain. So it's not like they'll get scot-free without anything. And you can see in the South Hills and Southeast Highlands, it really doesn't start until the afternoon. But elsewhere in the Eastern Highlands, the Lost River, and all the central Idaho mountains, it will have already started by the morning. And then on a Friday, rain is now likely for the Snake River Plain, and it won't be quite as windy, but it should at least be breezy. The winds are going to shift in their direction, and that's why it's slightly less windy in the Snake River Plain. In the Magic Valley, that will continue to be windy, as winds will be out of the west on Thursday and out of the northwest on Friday, and those are both excellent directions for the Magic Valley to get some pretty good wind. The rain will be likely in the South Hills. When you start getting into the highlands, it's, again, pretty definite. You can see, though, the snow level is basically staying 6,500 feet and higher. Below that, once again, rain. And you can see where the thunderstorms are for Friday afternoon, as it'll be in the southeast highlands and eastern highlands. You can see in the central Idaho mountains, the threat of snow is reduced to just a chance, with the exception of Lemhi County, where it will probably stay snow likely, especially in the eastern half, or perhaps I should say southeastern half of Lemhi County. And there are some thunderstorms possible in the Wood River and Sawtooth area. Notice also on Thursday, the Sawtooth area in Lemhi County, there's a slight chance of thunderstorms for there as well. So that's our thunderstorm risk mostly in the highlands. We shouldn't see anything here in the heavily populated areas. Then on Saturday, you can see things are starting to decrease. Snow just is likely above 6,000 feet with rain below that. In the southeast highlands, that's where it will hold on and linger. Everywhere else, it's a slight chance, pretty much, except for the eastern highlands where it's a chance. And then on Sunday, it's just what we call afternoon instability showers. There's a slight chance of snow and lower elevation rain above about 6,000 feet or 6,500 feet. All right, so we have no surface weather depictions available this morning, so we'll go right into the forecast. First, starting with today. So this afternoon, here is what the winds are expected to be. You can see gusts of 35 to 40 miles an hour in portions of the upper Snake River Plain, and even Pocatello should be gusting into the 20s. The high temperatures today, you can see it is warmer than yesterday. Pocatello getting up to around 60. And middle to upper 50s for most locations, though, in the Snake River Plain. And even Stanley is getting to 46. Okay, here's how the snow starts. Late tonight, this would be after midnight. You can see it pushing into, again, mostly the Sawtooth area and in some portions of the upper part of the Wood River Valley and in the western portions of Lemhi County and the Lost River drainages. And then low temperatures on Thursday morning with all the cloud cover, very mild. Very few places getting below freezing, with the exception of high elevations in the central Idaho mountains, really. Then snow amounts, this is starting Thursday morning, so this would be from 6 a.m. till noon. You can see it does start to spread eastward into the upper Snake Highlands, into the Centennial Mountains and the Big Hole Mountains, and also over most of the higher elevations of the central Idaho mountains, all the way down to Sun Valley, getting some snow accumulation, although being less than an inch there. And you can see it's not much overall. I mean, we're looking at 2 to 3 inches even in the extreme high elevations. By the afternoon, with the warming temperatures, considerably less as the snow level rises, and a lot of places getting hardly anything, so it's mostly rain for the southeastern half of our forecast area, and really it's limited to the Idaho-Montana border and then the central Idaho mountains where you have enough elevation where we're still getting some light snow, not adding very much at all, maybe 1 to 2 inches in the extremely high elevations, say above 9,000 feet. It will be windy again on Thursday afternoon. You can see it's mostly in the Snake River Plain and, of course, on the ridges in the central Idaho mountains. And then temperatures on Thursday, like I said, not much of a drop-off between what we're getting today and for Thursday. Even despite the cloud cover and precipitation, Pocatello is still expected to get to 59 degrees. That's not much of a drop at all. And then snow amounts for the evening hours on Thursday, you can see it's tapering off. It's all pretty much less than an inch, and maybe even less than a half an inch for a lot of places. In most of the major locations, with the exception of Galena Summit and some of the summits going into Montana, it's pretty negligible. And then late night, as temperatures cool, it picks up again. You can see the focus has shifted to the upper Snake Highlands and then the south central highlands of all places, getting the most. But again, you're looking at 1 to 2 inches. And then the overnight lows for Friday morning. Again, cloud cover is lingering. It does get below freezing, widespread areas of the central Idaho mountains. And that's because they have the least amount of cloud cover. But Pocatello is staying above freezing, 39 degrees. So this is an all-rain event for the I-15, I-86 corridors for the most part, and all those heavily populated areas. And then Friday, this is all day Friday, as the low continues to hang over us and produce precipitation. Once again, rain in the lower elevations, and then just some light snow in the mountains and in the highlands. And again, 1 to 2 inches is the max, and that's at pretty high elevations. Here you can see the wind shift to the northwest means that the Twin Falls and basically the eastern Magic Valley area is where it's going to be windy. And once again, it's 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts. Here are the high temperatures for Friday. You can see it's finally now falling off by a solid 5 to 10 degrees. And then Friday night, as the temperatures cool, the snow does come back. You can see not so much in the central Idaho mountains. It's now more on our eastern highlands along our Wyoming border. But again, it's only 1 to 2 inches. And then overnight lows, you can see now we're getting dropping about 3 to 8 degrees. Some places now in the Snake River Plain getting below freezing. Okay, this is a wrap up and a summary of all the snow accumulations expected between today, which is actually there's hardly any during the day today, it's just later tonight, through Friday. You can see it's not amounting to much. Stanley 2 to 3 inches, Sun Valley still staying below an inch, and for the real significant, which would be in the yellow, the 6 to 8 inches, it's staying very high. I would imagine we're looking at altitudes or elevations, I should say, in excess of 9,000 feet. So not a whole lot of snow out of this, but it won't be zero either, especially if you are expecting to be in the central Idaho mountains or anywhere in the upper Snake Highlands. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number here or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.